Hey everyone, it's Dr. Mike from Pappas Chiropractic, and today we're going to be looking at the shoulder. So the shoulder is actually the most mobile joint in the body, but because of that, it's also the least stable. So a lot of times when people come in for the shoulder, one of the main questions we ask is, do you remember how it happened? Do you remember doing anything that made the pain start? And the reason we ask that is because unless the pain is due to trauma, whether it's long ongoing trauma like picking something up every day repetitively or something at work, or it's an acute trauma such as a car accident or even something as small as throwing the baseball incorrectly. So if it's not one of those two things, most of the time it's actually caused by a stability problem in the shoulder. So what we're doing is we're working on that stability, trying to regain that and also maintaining the mobility. So there's a nice little balance that we have to kind of achieve with the shoulder. So I'm going to show you 3 exercises that you can do to start getting that mobility in the shoulder. If you're starting getting some shoulder pain, your shoulder is starting to feel tight or stiff, these are things you can do at home to try and alleviate some of that and try and start on the road to recovery. Now, there is a disclaimer at the end of this video, but if you are experiencing any pain, any of these workouts or any of these stretches actually do cause you pain, then definitely stop what you're doing. Do not continue the exercises. You can give our office a call, come in, we'll take a look at it and make sure there's anything more serious going on. So with that, let's get into the exercises. Alright, so for the first exercise, it's actually called the pendulum. So what we're doing is we're just letting our shoulder relax, and what it's actually doing is actually distracting the shoulder a little bit, allowing those muscles to relax, and allowing that shoulder to really start recovering. So all you do, you can either do it standing up and hunched over, or you can do it sitting, in a chair. Now, I find that sitting in a chair helps because of the fact you're not putting any pressure on that low back. So what you do, all you're going to do simply is just let your shoulder and let your arm hang down. Now, while you're doing that, you can do that for about 10-15 seconds, and then you can start doing small rotations in a circle. Do about 10 to 15 one way, and then do 10 to 15 the other. Now eventually we'll get to a point where you can actually increase that weight to get a little more distraction out of there. But to start with, just the weight of your shoulder, just the gravity, just the weight of your arm. So let's move on to the next one. Alright, so for the second exercise, what we're going to do is actually going to work on internal and external rotation. So what that is the fact of moving that arm outwards or inwards. You can do the same thing here. So this is a motion that actually requires a lot of muscle activity and is one of the first ones to go when people start having problems with the shoulder. So a very simple way to do it, again, we're just going to do the same thing that we did when we did the pendulum. We're just going to use gravity. So what you do is you lay on your side and you're going to keep your elbow against your hip, and all you're going to do is just let that elbow fall down to the ground and you're going to raise that arm up. Now you don't want any pain in that shoulder. If you feel a little pull or stretch, that's perfectly fine. But you don't want pain, you don't want it to hurt. So just do this 10 to 15 times. And it's just that simple. You can actually add a water bottle or add a weight, a very light weight to this to make it a little more challenging. But again, just start with just adding gravity. So let's move on to the third one, which is the doorway stretch. Alright, now for the final stretch we're going to do today is actually the doorway stretch. So it's really simple, just find yourself a nice little doorway, and what we're going to do is we're going to work on stretching out the front part of our shoulder and our chest. A lot of times if we're sitting at the desk, our shoulders start to round, and that can actually make all these muscles really tight and make them weak. So what you do is just keep your arms and your elbows at 90 degrees, and you're just going to put them right against that door frame and slowly lean in. You should feel a pull right here in your sternum as well as right here in your shoulder. So you can hold that for about 10 seconds and you can relax. Now you can move them up or you can move them down as much as you need to. Again, you don't want any pain while you're doing this, so if you can't move your shoulder to 90, then keep it down here and just stay closer, just with that little bit of stretch. If you can move it more, obviously, move it out here to get a little bit more of that stretch higher up in the pec and higher in the shoulder. So these are 3 really simple exercises that you can start doing if you're starting to experience shoulder pain. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. And until next time, everybody have a great day.